inspired by themes of kindness, humanity, and unexpected compassion. The rain had been falling for hours, sharp, icy needles slashing across the lonely stretch of Highway 47, a road most locals avoided after dark. But Daniel Reed, a 38-year-old construction foreman from Montana, had no choice tonight. His daughter's school play was in the morning, and he'd promised, really promised, that he would be there. His truck wipers fought helplessly against the storm as he muttered, "Just hold on, Kara, Daddy's coming." That's when he saw him. A single figure, soaked to the bone, stumbling along the roadside. At first, Daniel thought it was debris or maybe an animal. But as headlights swept across the silhouette, he slammed the brakes. It was a man, and he was injured. The stranger collapsed just as Daniel's truck screeched to a stop. Scene 1, the stranger in the storm. Daniel jumped out, cold rain punching his face. "Hey, can you hear me?" he shouted, kneeling beside the man. The stranger looked young, maybe mid-20s, with a deep cut across his forehead, blood mixing with rainwater. His lips trembled. "Please, don't leave me." Those words hit Daniel harder than the storm ever could. "I'm not going anywhere," he said firmly, slipping his arms under the man to help him stand. He was light, too light, like someone who'd been running on empty for days. Daniel covered him with his jacket and helped him into the truck. The man winced in pain but whispered a shaky, "Thank you." As Daniel drove, he glanced sideways. "You're hurt bad. I'm taking you to the hospital in Clearwater." "No," the man suddenly shouted, panic flashing in his eyes. "Please, anywhere but there." Daniel's hands tightened on the wheel. The reaction wasn't normal, not for someone who needed help. "Look," Daniel said gently, "I can't just. I swear I didn't do anything wrong," the man whispered, voice breaking. I just need to get away." "Away from what? From who?" 1,000 questions burned in Daniel's mind, but the fear in the man's eyes was real. Raw, human. "What's your name?" Daniel finally asked. "Eli. Just Eli. No last name, no details." Something inside Daniel, something old, instinctive, almost fatherly, told him that Eli wasn't dangerous. Just desperate. And Daniel knew desperation. He'd lived it. Scene 2, the truth comes out. The storm worsened. The road vanished under sheets of water. Daniel pulled into an empty gas station lot, turning off the engine. "All right," he said, "talk to me. Tell me what's going on." Eli stared at his hands, shivering. "I was working at a mechanic shop in Redwood. The owner, Mr. Carver, he treated me like family. But last week his garage was robbed. They blamed me. I tried to explain, but no one listened." Daniel frowned. "Why run? Why not clear your name?" "I tried." Eli choked. "But everyone believed Carver. He's respected. I'm just nobody." He looked up, eyes filled with fear and something far worse, hopelessness. "I knew if I stayed, they'd lock me up. I panicked. I ran. And today, some guys chased me. I slipped on the road. That's how I got hurt." Daniel sat back, heart pounding. He recognized this kind of story, when life backed someone into a corner so cruelly that running felt like the only option. "You think I'm lying," Eli whispered. "No," Daniel said quietly. "I think you're scared. Because nobody chooses to walk alone on a highway in a storm like this," he added softly. "Not unless they're out of options." Eli's shoulders shook. He didn't say anything, but he didn't have to. Scene 3, a moment of realization. Daniel looked at the boy, because that's really what he was, barely older than some of the kids Daniel worked with at the construction site, and something in him shifted. He saw his younger self. Years ago, Daniel had been the one standing on the edge, blamed for a fight he didn't start. His reputation shredded, his future slipping away. One man, his mentor, stood up for him, believed him, saved him. Now, fate had dropped Eli into his hands. "All right," Daniel said, "let me see that wound. If you don't get treated, infection will kill you faster than police ever will." Eli hesitated, then nodded. Daniel cleaned the cut with water from the glove compartment kit, ripping part of his flannel shirt to use as bandage. His movements were steady, practiced. Eli watched him with wide, disbelieving eyes. "Why are you helping me?" Eli whispered. Daniel paused. "Because someone once helped me when I didn't deserve it," he said. And it changed everything. For the first time all night, Eli smiled, a small, fragile smile that barely survived the storm outside. Scene 4, The Unexpected Twist. As Daniel prepared to drive again, flashing blue lights suddenly reflected in the rearview mirror. A sheriff's SUV. Daniel's stomach dropped. Eli froze. No, please, Daniel, please. The sheriff stepped out, shining a light into the truck. Daniel rolled down the window. Evening, Sheriff Collins said. Storm's real bad. You boys all right? Daniel swallowed, heart pounding. Picked him up on the road. He's hurt. The sheriff leaned closer, studying Eli. Recognition flickered. Son, your face is all over the county bulletin. Mechanic robbery. They're looking for you. Eli's breathing turned into gasps. Please, I didn't. Collins raised a hand. I know. Both Daniel and Eli froze. I watched the security footage myself, Collins added. It wasn't you. Carver's nephew did it. Carver tried to pin it on you to protect the kid. Daniel stared, stunned. Eli's eyes filled with tears. I've been trying to find you, Collins said. To tell you you're cleared. For a moment, just a moment, the storm outside seemed to quiet. Scene 5, The Emotional Climax. Eli couldn't speak. He just covered his face and sobbed into his hands. All this time, I thought I was done, he whispered. I thought I was going to lose everything. Sheriff Collins lowered his voice, kind but firm. Come with me. I'll take you to the clinic myself. You're safe now. Eli looked at Daniel, silently asking for permission, like a child asking if it was okay to finally stop running. Daniel nodded. You're going to be all right, kid. Eli reached out and grabbed Daniel's hand. Thank you. I'll never forget you. Daniel gripped his shoulder. You don't owe me anything. Just pay it forward someday. The sheriff helped Eli into his SUV and drove off, leaving Daniel sitting in the quiet aftermath, heart heavy but full. Scene 6, The Uplifting Ending. The storm finally died down. Daniel started the engine again, heading toward home. He felt lighter, warmer, like something meaningful had happened, not just for Eli, but for him too. As dawn broke over the Montana horizon, Daniel whispered, maybe kindness really does come back around. He reached his town just as the school bell rang. Through the auditorium doors, his daughter spotted him. Daddy, I knew you'd come. Daniel lifted her into his arms, hugging her tight. Yes, baby girl, he said softly. I'm here. And as he sat in the front row, watching her perform, his mind drifted back to the young man on Highway 47, saved not just by luck, but by a simple act of human kindness, done at the right moment. A reminder that even in the darkest storms, there are people willing to stop, willing to help, willing to believe, and that single act can change a life. Sometimes even two.